Wealth is about finding your passion and learn how to monetize it. And the science behind it is called marketing. Be consistent on it and make it profitable. Hi, my name is Helia Singh and welcome to my show, Wealth Coaching with Helia Singh, the fastest way to build wealth. Welcome to our show. Today we are talking about marketing in the context of wealth creation. And like before, we have another special guest later on today who is going to shed some lights on this subject and is going to give us some great practical points. Please don't go anywhere. Get a pen and paper ready and be ready to take some notes. I'll be doing the same thing because every time I speak to this gentleman, I learn a lot of new stuff. And of course, I have a lot to cover today, so there to cover different aspects of marketing. So that's why I have so many notes written. So I'm going to make sure you get everything that I know about marketing. So that's why I'm going to refer to my notes every now and then. As you know, our first episode, we talked about mindset, money mindset, and then we looked at the value of education and self-education in terms of creating wealth. Keeping these two things in mind, I want to talk about marketing. Unfortunately, people think that marketing is all about killing competition. But if you keep an abundance mindset, meaning that there is enough business out there for everyone. So this doesn't have to be a race to keep your competitor out of business. It's about finding our audience who we resonate with to work with or do business with. So that's what we're talking about today. Before marketing became a science and a degree itself, we all knew that first impression counts. We all judge a book by its cover. That's our primitive brain. It is how it is designed to protect us and make us feel safe. We scan a situation, a person, or something very quickly, and with a millisecond, we're going to have a judgment and perception in our brain to see if it's safe. So that's why, at the end of the day, marketing is about creating that trust and relationship in the mind of our reader or audience or our customers, to create that relationship and that chemistry to work with. It's similar to like dating. So you can't expect to start a relationship with someone and just jump ahead and have a marriage or another commitment for life. We need to establish the relationship to see whether we suit for each other. So it is as simple as it gets. I had a client, actually a coaching client last year. She is an English teacher, and she used to have classes and private tuitions, but she was having problem to fill up her classrooms. We had a chat, and when I asked her, how do you do marketing? She was almost offended by that. She said, I'm in education, so I'm not supposed to do marketing. Marketing is only for a business. You can see the mindset now behind it, that doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter if you are a medical doctor, you are a lawyer, you are a salesperson. At the end of the day, we need to find the customer or audience for our product or services. And only with the language of marketing, we are able to articulate our skills, our product to people that we want to deal with. Just remember, not everyone is your customer. We want to deal with people that they're going to be happy dealing with us, and we want to keep them as our customers for life. There is a major perception around marketing, and that is that marketing is only for a business to promote their service or product. But that is wrong. Marketing is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you are a PAYG, meaning you are looking for a job, you are already working for a company, or you are a student in university. We all need to be able to market ourselves. We need to be able to show the our ability, our skills, and why we are good and we are a good match for that organization or that person's needs. So that's why marketing is beyond just selling the product as a business person, which obviously for a business, marketing is the engine of their business. We need to keep it, that fuel running, by giving it different areas of marketing in terms of content marketing and also how to find a customer. But even if you are not planning to start a business, still you need to learn to market yourself. I remember in '99 when I had my first job in Australia, my boss, who was my mentor, he gave me a very interesting tip. He said to me, Helia, in order for clients to buy your product and services, you need to be able to sell yourself first. Just keep in mind, I'm coming from that background, so I was very new in this concept, and I felt offended. I said, what do you mean by that? And then he explained to me that in order for people to see you as a wealth coach, as an advisor, they need to be able to establish a trust. You need to establish a relationship. That's why you need to sell them, you as Helia, that people can trust you. They can trust to share with you their life, and they will then trust your advice. Then the penny dropped. Then I knew that what it means, that we need to have that ability to create a relationship with our customers in their mind. That's why in the modern way now, even though marketing is all about increasing sales and profit in a business, it's actually the bottom line. It's all about relationship building. We need to make sure the other person is safe and feeling good to deal with us. So next time, if you are trying to impress your boss, or if you are planning to apply for a pay rise, doesn't matter what it is, you need to put your confidence suit on, because we all need to have that in order to create a trust and relationship with the other person. It is very true that especially for women, confidence is the best suit that we can wear. And of course, remember, we are not talking about arrogance. That's completely a different issue here, or different topics altogether. We need to be authentic about who we are, what we do, and why we are doing what we are doing. So the stories behind it, that why you got into this business or the job you're doing, that's your marketing. So learn to know why you're doing what you're doing. So then next time you're going to definitely impress the HR manager or the boss or new employee or your customer in terms of selling your product and services. As I mentioned before, so confidence is a very major thing in a business, especially for women. And I have to share with you my own experience that for many years I knew the only way, or at least the best way, to get in front of customers are to tell them about me. So before they spend time or they come and see me, they need to know who am I and what am I about. So, and I've been advised by my mentors that I have to create videos and put it out there so customer will know about me. But that, even the concept of creating video and being in front of camera, was frightening itself. So don't look at me now that I'm sitting here and running my own YouTube channel. This has been a very, very long journey in terms of self-development to get to this level. So again, it's kind of a marketing that doesn't happen overnight. You need to be consistent. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing and never give up. All this confidence that I earned for doing marketing, so I really owe it to a company which is a very well-known company. It's an international company, and it's our very own, Australian-based, and that's called Authentic Education. Now, without further ado, I'm going to bring our guest today. His name is Mr. Cham Tang. He is the head of marketing and the co-founder of Authentic Education in Sydney. Cham can show us how to earn 500% return on every dollar you spend in marketing. That's phenomenal. Cham has been in self-development and in business environment for more than 15 years. He worked alongside with Anthony Robbins, John DeMartini, and many other professionals worldwide and in Australia. And I owe my marketing, my business growth to his training, which I got it through his program, which is called Marketing Your Message. Hi, Cham. Thanks very much for being with us today. I consider myself being lucky to come to know about authentic education and knowing yourself, as without your training and your help, my business wouldn't be to this place where I am now today. So, and for that, I can't thank you enough.
I'm glad to be here and help.
Thank you. If it's okay, I'm going to ask you some questions, so then everybody and my audience will have a benefit of having you online. And the first question for today is, were you always good at marketing, Cham? Or is it some skills that you had to learn for yourself?
Marketing is definitely not something I always had in me. When I started Authentic Education in 2009, I didn't know anything at all about marketing, so I had to learn it from scratch. So I'd like to say that marketing, like a lot of things in business, it's a skill, and those skills can be 100% learned. It's not a natural gift or a talent, and it's not something natural that people would come out of the womb knowing how to do or anything. You have to learn it.
Oh. Thanks, Cham. That was very good, because that's truly a perception for so many people, even myself, that I used to think that I don't have the skills and I don't have the talent, to be a marketer. So now you really made us clear that everybody can become a good marketer.
Good news about everybody being able to learn it. Marketing is just another form of communication. So I find the hardest part about marketing is looking at the message you're going to portray to other people. And then the other part that sometimes is a little bit tricky is, keeping up with the technology, like the Facebook ads, the social media, the Google, the email. That's the other tricky part about it. But once again, all of those technology parts are just skills. Those skills can be learned. I always like to say to people that I'm not good with computers and technology just because I was born Chinese. Like, just because I'm Asian doesn't mean I know it automatically. We all have to learn, one stroke at a time, how to do things.
It's clear that everybody can become a good marketer. So now, what are the key elements in marketing?
The key elements in marketing, I find that a lot of people are trying to copy what other the marketers or other business owners are doing. They don't really have a goal or an understanding of the purpose of marketing. So I say the purpose of marketing is to build a relationship. So the same way you build a relationship with anyone in the outside world, but like a life partner or something like that, it's one step at a time. So when it comes to building a relationship, I like to use what I call the MAP system. So it's a 3-step system. The M stands for meet your ideal client. So you want to meet your ideal client on marketing methods like Facebook ads or live events, email marketing. Then the A stands for ask for their time. This is where I start to differ from a lot of other marketers. I don't really ask for people's details. I don't ask for their money straight away. I don't ask for commitment. I ask for their time. So how much time do I usually ask for? I always say it depends on how long it takes to go from cold to sold. So let's say you've got a financial planner. And in order for someone to make a decision to take on your financial planning services, it could take 45 minutes. If that's the case, don't ask for their details with an ebook. An ebook is kind of pointless because after the ebook, they don't have time to really do anything. No one's really reading these ebooks. Don't ask for the money straight away because that scares people off. That would be like approaching a girl and asking her to get married straight away. So we want to ask for their time. So ask for 45 minutes of their time. And the only way someone will give you 45 minutes of their time is if you're giving value. So you offer a free strategy session, a free health check, a free audit, a free assessment, a review, an information evening, something like that. So the A stands for ask for their time, and then the P stands for present your offer. This is where you give a lot of value. I would say it's about 95% value, and then 5%, if you love that, here is what I recommend you do next. So the marketing map, meet ideal clients, ask for their time, and then present your offer.
Well, there are many methods in marketing these days. So, in your opinion, what is the best way to do marketing in terms of return, feasibility, and budget, obviously?
Okay, so there are a lot of different methods. Some of them are free, some of them are fast, etc. I recommend 7 all up. The first major one that people are most interested in is usually Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, since Facebook owns Instagram. The second one would be social media. So doing free things on social media, like creating a Facebook page, Instagram TV, Facebook Lives, a Facebook group, posting on different things, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, email, Pinterest, Twitter. So not email, LinkedIn, Twitter. Then the third one that a lot of people are interested in would be email marketing. So sending out emails and SMSs to your existing list. The fourth one would be SEO, also known as search engine optimization, which is creating content to get to the top of Google. The fifth one would be content marketing. Content marketing is where you produce pieces of content like blog posts, articles, infographics, checklists, so that you can start to build a relationship with people 24/7 around the internet. Then the sixth one would all be about joint venture partnerships. So finding complementary but non-competitive businesses that you can partner with. So if someone was a financial planner, you would ask yourself a question like, where do people go before they actually see me? Like, what else do they type into Google? They might be typing in accountant or mortgage broker or wealth coach. So then you go and approach those people, and then you set up a joint venture partnership. And then the other one that's just, I guess, kind of underrated would be all about live presentations and events. I find this is the secret weapon, because the goal of marketing is to build a relationship, and nothing builds a relationship better than seeing someone face to face. So I use the example of Steve Jobs. Every time he ever released a product like an iPod or iMac, he did it using a live presentation. The reason that is because live presentations is that sweet spot between massive trust and massive leverage. You can have 100 people's undivided attention and trust by doing a presentation in front of 100 people, but nothing else will give that to you. Like emails and ebooks and webinars, they don't build trust and gain attention as much as live presentations. So yeah, that would be the last, and I believe our secret weapon.
Great, thanks for your tips. So, what are your top 3 advices on marketing on budget?
Okay. The first advice I'd give to people is you want to make sure that before you increase your budget, it doesn't matter if you're spending $1, 1 hour, $1,000, 1,000 hours. You want to make sure that you know that you can get a return. So it's not so much about how much money or how many people you're talking to, but more the percentage. What's your conversion rate? So as an example, if I hold a live presentation and I know that for every 10 people that are in the room, 1 person is going to purchase, and that is a good return on investment for me, then that's good enough. Now, if I go to Facebook ads and I scale, and I have if I spend $10,000 on Facebook ads, well, then it's totally fine. So my first piece of advice is it's not about the volume, it's not about the quantity, it's about the ratio, your conversion percentage. You want to increase your conversion percentage, and once you know your numbers, and you know that, let's say, for every 10 strategy sessions you have, 2 people are going to purchase, and you're happy with those percentages and you can make money from them, then you can scale. Then you know how much money you can spend on Facebook ads. So that'd be the first thing. The second thing is not to go for the sale too quickly. Always think about building a relationship. It doesn't mean it takes 6 months or 6 years. And I'm not that type of person that says you need 27 touch points, but you at least need to have the first date. So in that system I gave you, meet ideal clients, ask for their time. So I'm not asking for their money straight away. I'm asking for a first date, which is time. Then on the third step, this is when I could ask for the money. So the third tip I'd give people is just a bit of persistence. I find that people try things and it doesn't work, and they think, oh, I've done 2 events that they don't work. I spent $100 on Facebook ads and that didn't work. When you first start off in business, and marketing is no different, you have like a shotgun approach. You got to try different products, different angles, different pitches, different marketing methods, and then you might try 10 different things, and then 2 of them work, and then you focus more and more and get those 2 to work even better. So yeah, that would be my third tip, that you take some testing before you figure out what works. and then you can just focus on those. Yeah.
Well, as you know, Cham, this program is all about marketing in terms of wealth creation. What are your tips, and what do you think is the difference or relationship between marketing and wealth?
It's massive. If we look at the ways that you can build wealth, especially passive income, there's really only three asset classes. Number one would be shares, number two would be property, and number three would be business. But if we have a look at the world's wealthiest people, I would say 99% of them did it through business. It's very hard to make $1 billion by investing in shares and then compounding the growth, or, getting your $100,000 and then putting it into a property, waiting 5 years, drawing the equity out. Like no one got to $1 billion by compounding their properties or compounding their shares. They all did it through business. Now, I'm not saying you want to be a billionaire, but if you even want to make multiple, like millions of dollars, just learn from the people who created wealth really quickly. As an example, if you take Mark Zuckerberg, yes, he's an extreme example, but he went from scratch, no money, being in his dormitory at college, to the youngest billionaire ever with, I think his net worth is like $40 billion in the space of about 12 years. There's no property investment scheme that can go from scratch to $40 billion in 12 years. So even if you want a fraction of that, like even from scratch to $5 million in 5 years, it's all possible with business. And when it comes to business, the most important thing is attracting clients. That's the success of most businesses is due to attracting clients. And the number one way to attract clients is through marketing. So I don't know any other asset class where I can spend $1,000 on something like Facebook ads, and then within 3 months, I make $5,000. So I can turn my 1,000 into 5,000 in 3 months through something like Facebook ads. Because if I put my $1,000 into the share market, at the end of the year, I'd be lucky to have $1,200, which is a $200 profit, versus in the example I gave you, it's like a $4,000 profit in like a month or two. If you annualize that and reinvest it, that could be you can turn $1,000 into $20,000 if you have a profitable business. That's the catch, if you have a profitable business.
Talking about your amazing program, Marketing Your Message, obviously I've done that course and I've got the benefit. Could you please share with our audience what they can expect from this training?
Once a year, I come out behind the keyboard and I do a tour of Australia and New Zealand for this one-day event, which happens to be free, called Marketing Your Message. I share with people the 4 keys they need to create a successful business through marketing. I also go through and do demonstrations live on stage. Like I place a Facebook ad live on stage, I record a video, I answer all people's questions so they can see actually how it works, because I do the marketing myself. Unlike a lot of other marketers, I don't just talk theory. I like to do things live in front of people. If you want to learn more about that, just Google Marketing Your Message, it'll come up. But for people listening, instead of waiting for like a whole year, there's a special link that I'll create just for your listeners. And that'll be authentic.com.au / I can make up any link. Let's say it's / Helia, HELIA. So authentic.com.au / Helia. And then you'll see the webinar. I've got to cut down 45 minutes. It's roughly a 45 to 60-minute webinar, which is a very, very condensed version of it so that you don't really have to wait. There's nothing to sell or anything in this webinar. So yeah, just go to authentic.com.au / Helia, HELIA, and I'll create a special link for your listeners.
That's great. That was very generous of you, Cham, to offer this. Well, if a couple of years ago somebody would have told me that one day I'm going to have, in 2 years' time, I'm going to have my own YouTube channel, I would have laughed at them because I didn't have the confidence and I didn't know how to do it. But as you know, we don't need to know everything. That's why they say once the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And thanks for your advice, Cham. Really appreciate your time.
Welcome.
One last question, Cham. What do you want to be remembered as a business person? Because obviously we all are beyond having a business. We want to be remembered, and we want to have a legacy in this world. So what is your legacy?
I started this journey and this company because we wanted to do something we loved. I always loved personal development. You know, I was the type of guy who I'd read those books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Tony Robbins books, etc. And I always wanted to maximize my life, do everything I could possibly do with the one lifetime we have. And that includes not only just improving your mindset, but creating a business that you're passionate about, creating abundance, financial freedom, to have that good life, which isn't just about money, isn't just about happiness, but having it all, really. So I am on a mission to help our students do the exact same thing, to create a successful business, to have the freedom, the abundance, the wealth that they deserve, at the same time as, you know, travel the world, great relationships and all those things. So what I would like to be remembered for is for someone who wasn't just a marketer, wasn't just a business person, but just a very good human being that helped other people, that figured some stuff out and some systems about how to create money, how to create happiness, how to create more time, and educating other people on how to do the exact same thing. So I know today you've called me a guru and all those things, which is quite nice to hear. But I really just see myself as someone who is a constant learner. So I like to learn things and I like to share those things with other people. So we called ourselves Authentic Education because we was kind of fed up with a lot of the hype and the BS out there. So we just wanted to teach really what works. If you peek behind the curtains at someone's business or someone's life, let's only teach what has worked for others and what has worked for us. So I hope that answers your question.
That's why they say once the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And thanks for your advice, Cham. Really appreciate your time.
Welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
That was a great interview with Cham. Really appreciate his time. As always, he left us with some golden nuggets that we can use for our business and our life in terms of marketing. So as a summary, just remember, keep the map reference in your mind, whether you want to apply for a job, go for a pay rise, or running your own business. Just remember, first meet with your client. If you can meet them face to face, that's great. Otherwise, in any way, be in front of them, in their inbox, through social media. Just meet them and then ask for their time, because time is money. Time is as valuable as their money. And then present your offer to them, because through there, you can really create a relationship, and an authentic relationship with your audience, to have that exchange of money. So this is for today. And we really enjoyed this show. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as we did. Just remember, please support us by liking this video, share it with your friends, because that's the only way we all can share what we learn with others. Until next episode, have a happy, healthy, wealthy life. And please keep your comments coming. We would love to hear from you that what you like to hear from us. In what areas do you want us to have a program? So then we will tailor it for you, because as Seth Godin says, I look for product for my customers, not customers for my product. So we want to give you a product or something that you love to watch. Have a great day. Hi, my name is Helya Singh, and welcome to my show, Wealth Coaching with Helya Singh, the fastest way to build wealth.